Ethiopia Rift Valley Lake. The Ethiopian Rift Valley, also referred to as the Great Rift Valley of Ethiopia, is situated between the Ethiopian highlands, in the central part of the country. The lakes within the Ethiopian Rift Valley support great biodiversity and are of significant importance to the Ethiopian economy. The Rift Valley Lakes are a series of lakes in the East African Rift Valley that runs through eastern Africa from Ethiopia in the north to Malawi in the south, and includes the African Great Lakes in the south. These include some of the world's oldest lakes, deepest lakes, largest lakes by area, and largest lakes by volume. Many are freshwater ecoregions of great biodiversity, while others are alkaline soda lakes supporting highly specialized organisms. Ethiopian Rift Valley Lakes. Lake Abijatta, 1,162 km to elevation 1,285 m, the largest Ethiopian Rift Valley lake. Lake Chamo, 551 km to elevation 1,235 m. Lake Ziway, 485 km to elevation 1,636 m. Lake Shala, 329 km to elevation 1,558 m, the deepest Ethiopian Rift Valley lake. Lake Kaka, 250 km to elevation 1,590 m. Lake Langano, 230 km to elevation 1,585 m. The Great African Rift Valley extends down from Jordan in the Middle East all the way down to Mozambique in southern Africa. It splits the country's highlands in two and contains the Rift Valley Lakes to the south. These lakes are well known for being amongst the deepest and oldest lakes in the world, as well as for containing 800 species of cichlid that can be found nowhere else in the world. These are especially obvious in Lake Nechisar/Malawi in the southern Rift Valley Lakes. Found in Malawi, the lakes are mostly alkaline, and do not have outlets for the water contained within them. The major ones are Lake Abijatta, Lake Chamo, Lake Awasa, Lake Ziway, and Lake Abijatta. Whilst Lake Tana is the most well-known lake in the country, it is not one of the Rift Valley lakes, and is found in the highlands next to the town of Abijatta. Home/countries/Ethiopia/Ethiopia Rift Valley Lakes. Ethiopia Rift Valley Lakes. The Great African Rift Valley extends down from Jordan in the Middle East all the way down to Mozambique in southern Africa. It splits the country's highlands in two and contains the Rift Valley Lakes to the south. These lakes are well known for being amongst the deepest and oldest lakes in the world, as well as for containing 800 species of cichlid that can be found nowhere else in the world. These are especially obvious in Lake Nechisar/Malawi in the southern Rift Valley Lakes, found in Malawi. The lakes are mostly alkaline, and do not have outlets for the water contained within them. The major ones are Lake Abijatta, Lake Chamo, Lake Awasa, Lake Ziway, and Lake Abijatta. Whilst Lake Tana is the most well-known lake in the country, it is not one of the Rift Valley lakes, and is found in the highlands next to the town of Abijatta. Ethiopia Lake Chamo Nechisar landscape. Lake Abijatta was originally known as Lake Margarita, and is fed on the northern shore by the Bilate River. Due to a large number of sediments suspended in the water, the lake has a red color. It does not have an outlet, but when it is very full will flood into nearby Lake Chamo. The lake shore to the south is part of the Nechisar National Park. The Nechisar National Park protects the Nechisar White Grass Plains as well as the two lakes and the mountainous bridge of God dividing the lakes. There is a rich habitat density here, from acacia scrub to open grasslands, and there are 70 mammal and around 340 bird species that can be found here. There are also 15 endemic butterflies, and 8 endemic dragonflies which can be seen on the lake shores. The park is beautiful and unusual, largely to the two lakes it protects. Lake Chamo is located to the south of Lake Abijatta, and the northern shores are also protected by the Nechisar National Park. There is no outflow to this lake, but it will overflow into the Saline River. It has healthy populations of hippo and crocodile, and is a wonderful blue color. Lake Awasa is the most studied of the Rift Valley lakes, and it is a freshwater lake, which indicates that even though it does not have a visible outlet, the water must leave through a subterranean outlet. Set in a volcanic crater, it has an abundance of plankton and fish, and supports a large city of the same name that has grown up on its edges. With a mountainous backdrop and beautiful vegetation, this is a beautiful lake to spend a night by. There is also a dike which was built to stop flooding, which is perfect for birdwatching, walking along it. Fish eagle, black-winged lovebirds, yellow-fronted parrots and the country's indigenous oriole are a few of the many species of birds that can be seen. Lake Ziway is also a freshwater lake, and it has 5 islands, of which one is said to have housed the Ark of the Covenant. This is clearly a topic of some debate, as one of the islands in Lake Tana at Bayar Dar is also said to have been the site the Ark landed on. The lake is fed by the Maki and Qatar rivers, but does not always have an outflow. Sometimes it overflows into Lake Abijatta. The lake has plenty of hippo in it, and has a healthy population of birds. With large numbers of tilapia nilotica, a fish that can weigh up to 1.5 kilograms, the fishing industry does well here, and the fish are served fresh in many of the restaurants in the nearby town. The fish also attract a large number of water-associated birds, which can be seen in the reed-lined fringes of the lake. Lake Abijatta is to the south of Lake Ziway, and to the north there are a number of hot springs which are important to the locals, and are also a popular tourist attraction. The lake is saline, and has recently undergone a decline in water level. This has resulted in the loss of fish-eating birds as the fish have died, but an increase in algae-eating birds such as greater and lesser flamingos. The lake is located in the Abijatta Shala National Park, and amongst the attractions here the greatest are the beautiful lakes and the hot springs. These are hot enough to cook maize, and has an almost biblical atmosphere due to the steam and the white-robed bathers that appear through the mist amongst the reeds. Lake Ziway. Lake Ziway is a freshwater lake that is located on the border between the Oromia region and the southern nations, nationalities, and peoples region, about 100 kilometers south of the country's capital, Addis Ababa. Lake Ziway contains 5 islands dispersed on its freshwater surface, the largest being Tulu Gudo. Legend has it that this island was the hiding place of the Ark of the Covenant, the powerful relic King Menelik I brought to Ethiopia in the 4th century. Then in the 10th century, when Queen Gudit, the then ruler of Aksum, threatened to destroy the relic as part of her crusade to annihilate the rulers of the Aksumite dynasty, the Zay people brought the relic to Tulu Gudo, and it remained here for about 70 years before being returned to its home, Aksum. Lake Langano. 3 hours south of the capital lies Lake Langano, an idyllic lake perfect for a night or two of relaxation during a longer tour of the country. Just to the east of Lake Langano is the Langano Nature Reserve. This forest is filled with a wide variety of birds and mammals, with some being endemic to Ethiopia. Baboons, hippos, and warthogs are a common sight at this lakeside forest. 2 neighboring eco-lodges on the far side of the lake loan modern mountain bikes, so you can explore the network of trails that wind through the lake's nearby forest. Lake Awasa. One of the best lakes to fish in Ethiopia, Lake Awasa is located 270 kilometers to the south of Addis Ababa, and is the smallest of the Rift Valley lakes. With beautiful views, come beautiful hotels. There are many luxury resorts built around the lake, with Highly Resort Awasa being our favorite. The hotel is owned by the famous Ethiopian athlete Haile Gebrselassie. Lake Aftara and Asail. Lake Aftara, Afrira as the locals call it, and Lake Asail are saline lakes that in the Danakil depression in the Afar Triangle. Barely visited, this lake has a 160 m depth and is fed by underground streams. Salt has been extracted from Lake Aftara for centuries, and during your visit there you might see dozens of camels carrying up to 100 kilos of salt ambling around the Danakil depression.
Now, if you would like to video now. Now if you want, you can tell us something, because I make a video, so that I record the video.
You know, now we are on the Shala lakes. Shala is one of the deepest lakes in Ethiopia, and this area is called the hot spring site, or the hot spring area, and this one is bubbling water from the ground, and the biggest one here we cannot touch, and it's boiling, it's boiled 97 degrees, so it's too hot,
very hot, yes.
Yeah, as well as this hot spring is used by many kinds of peoples. They come from different kinds of area, especially around the rainy season. They stay here day and night. They use the hot spring as bathing, as well as they use the steam as a medical medicine.
I see.
Yeah, they use as a medical treatment. So, as well as they cook the foods like potato.
They
rice.
cook their food inside there?
Yeah, the egg. Without any kind of payment,
Yes.
they cook after 10 or 7 or 8
Yes.
minutes. After that, they enjoy it.
Beautiful.
Without any kind of payment.
Yeah.
So amazingly, they use the hot spring. It's a
Yes.
gift of nature, you know.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. You are a very, very good guide. Thank you. Πώς με λένε? bravo. Okay, Bubuya, now you can go in and get nicely cooked.
Yes.